everyone, Cahlen here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how I'm going to be moving all of these sunchokes, Jerusalem artichokes that I grew last year, to basically a new location. So I'm going to be taking these probably up to Joel's compound, or at least a large percentage of these up to Joel's compound to be planting as soon as the weather starts to warm up. And also we want to be using this space for actually people who are going to set up camp here in the future. We're going to be putting up a few more places on this property for people to camp. So I want to clear up this space here. So what I got to do is I basically got to empty out the buckets, put the dirt somewhere. We're going to be using the dirt to build a cob house, and then put the tubers, which we could just eat, but also we can use those to grow more sunchokes, into another container and cover it with dirt so that it basically stores for the rest of the winter. So I'm going to take a look at what I've done so far, and then I'll keep working on it. Okay, here's the wheelbarrow I'm using, and you can see I've got basically the first row, so 6 plants have been emptied out. You can see here's some of the empty cloth bags, and this cloth bag is where I actually put them all. So you can see it looks like there's dirt in here, but actually the tubers are underneath the dirt, right? So this whole thing is basically full of tubers with a little bit of dirt covering them up. So six pots, almost probably, I don't know, 3/5 of the way filled up this pot. So we're gonna have probably close to 10 pots full of tubers, which is a lot. So first I gotta lift one of these super heavy things up into the wheelbarrow. Super heavy. There we go. Okay, so you can see it's mostly in the middle here, so if I just cut this stuff out, right, this stuff falls out pretty easily. And then we got this big ball. This whole thing is a bunch of tubers. We got a couple right here, so this is what they look like. This is kind of a smallish size one, and you could plant this just by itself. It's going to grow up out of here and here and here and here and here and here. But also I could just cut off each of these and plant each one, and each one will grow into a whole nother sunchoke. Okay, so we've got this whole plant harvested, and that's basically everything you see here. This is the biggest piece right here. And basically these are all frozen solid, but they're still alive and they will grow, and we just need them to not defrost before we plant them. So we're going to basically cover them with dirt and keep them in a shaded spot until we're ready to actually plant them somewhere else. So here's where we're dumping it. You can see there's this big hole in the ground here. This is where I got all the dirt, and we actually have this marked out as a circle because we're actually going to dig out this entire area, move the dirt over here, which is where I'm dumping the dirt over there, and basically we're going to build a cob house here. So there's another cob house on the property way over there that Jesse built pretty much all by himself. This one will be easier because we're going to dig down, and then we're going to put, what do they call those, pallets, basically the pallet walls, and we'll fill the pallet with a bunch of stuff. So basically it'll be a cob house, but more efficient than the last one. And the dirt that I'm making here is perfect for it because I've already filtered out all the rocks and stuff last year when I was making it for these plants. So basically it's all ready to go. I think it might need a little bit more clay to be sticky, and of course you'll need some sort of hay or grass and stuff like that. But basically this is where they'll be grabbing from. Of course there'll be a bigger pile there once they pull it all out. So that's what I've been up to the last few days, and probably what I'll be up to for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. I only do, you know, maybe 2 to 3, 4 of these a day, you know, just a little bit at a time, and hopefully I'll have them all done and ready to go by the time it starts getting warm and it's time to move these to another location. I am planning to, so my goal with these is of course to be able to continually grow them, to be able to feed myself and the people I'm around. But the nice thing about sunchokes is they're perennials. They grow pretty much by themselves year round, over and over and over again. If you leave them alone, as long as they got water, they're going to take care of themselves and keep spreading. So it's a food source which is very low maintenance. Okay, so basically I would like, my goal is to give these to people, get them to plant them as much as possible. So I'll be planting some here. I planted some out in the wilderness already. I'll probably be planting more out in the wilderness. I'll be planting some of Joe's. People who I know in my real life, if you know me in real life, get in touch with me, come get some of these and plant them. And if you're someone who's watching, you know, and you want some of these, let me know. You know, I'll probably ship you some. I think it'd probably be nice if you sent me a donation, at least covered the shipping cost of me sending you some. But I do like the idea of viewers out there getting some of these that I've grown and growing them themselves and getting to a point where you're spreading them to other people as well, because lack of access to food is one of the ways that control us, and if that's not a problem, then they, you know, they lose a pretty big way of influencing how we live our lives. So if everyone's got sunchokes growing somewhere around them, then they're not really going to be worried about food, are they? So anyways, that's the idea there. So let me know if you're interested in getting your hands on some of these. So anyways, that's this video. I'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider sharing it. If you'd like to help me out in a more substantial way, you can learn how to do so at cahlen.org/gift. And if you'd like to have a one-on-one conversation with me, whether publicly or privately, you can learn how to do so at cahlen.org/one-on-one. Thanks again for watching.